Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crit and Miss. This is Vecna, Eve of Ruin. It's Tuesday night, so it's time for some fun. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I feel like one of those.
Yeah.
You know, remember when you were kids and you were in your class and you go, "Hello, Mrs. Whatever." That's what it feels
Yep.
like now.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
morning, Mrs. Dada.
if that's how it feels, Sven, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that.
Dodgy school that you went to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I went to BOR State High School, not exactly known for its high academic achievers.
You went far, mate. You went far. You did well.
I got there.
Don't be yourself
there,
proud.
but that was on account of my just my raw physical talent. It's got nothing to do with my education or my academic achievements. It's just all comes down to just that raw charisma. Isn't that right, mate?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Roll a deception check for me. I'm just going to let my dog in because she's barking at me. I'll be right back.
Yep, no problem. He wanted me to roll deception. I'm just going to choose to pass because I'm the DM and I can. Sound good? Yeah, I thought so.
Yep.
Yep,
I'll roll insight.
I'll agree.
fair.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it was life-changing, earth-shattering
Yes.
stuff.
I don't think I can tell if he's lying with that roll.
Oh, we're rolling for insight. Okay, let's have a look.
I mean, you guys might be. I'm not rolling for shit. I just checked the pass.
I got a 90-14, bitch.
I was actually rolling insight on you, though.
Oh, on me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was lying.
Ooh.
Well,
You were lying? Why would you lie? Why would you possibly lie?
A lion. Really just to save face at this point. Just to try and preserve any shred of dignity still remaining within this withered old corpse I call my body. Yeah. What do we got? What do we got happening tonight? What are we in for? We in for some Dungeons and Dragons? Something else? What's happening?
Nah, I thought we just hang out and chat. You know, like,
Hey, I'm down.
we don't
for
need to
that.
play D&D.
I'm totally down for that. Actually, might want to wait till I have some drinks, but
Fair. I mean, look, I am actually kidding though. We are going to play some D&D. Couple of things I want to get into first. As you will have seen, if you're in the Discord, we have a couple of new channels under Vecna, Eve of Ruin that everyone now has access to. One of those being the Planar Codex, as we are starting to step into the the Astral Sea and things like that. I thought it might be useful to have a little bit of lore and information. So if you're not already on the Discord, chuck in !Discord in the chat and come and join up, and you can go and have a look at some of that stuff. I'll explain some of it as we get into things, just for the players as well. But the other thing we added was a house rules channel, mainly just putting on stuff that we've already been using, just so you guys can see it written down. And then a little something. We're doing away with the hero points that we've been using so far. I have reasoning for it. And we've got a whole bunch of new features. I'm not going to go through all of it because that'll take a bit of time, but basically the idea of the hero point was, to have those hear me out moments. But because the campaign has the power of secrets mechanic, which so far no one's really used, and we also have regular heroic inspiration, it feels like the hero points weren't really a good fit. So now recaps will still happen at the beginning as they have, so you guys will all be asked to do a recap soon, but instead of getting a hero point, you will just get a recharge on your heroic inspiration, which you will not get just for starting the session anymore. Any humans, so Flower Child, will still get those recharges that you get for long rests, and those such things, and any other abilities that give you that kind of thing from any other class or racial abilities, all good. But we now have.
You can't use a firearm with your feet though, so yeah.
I mean, you can try. You can try, but that would probably be a hear me out moment. So, replacing hero points, we're going to have a set of 4 new features, and that may be expanded. One of them is borrowed. one of them is inspired by that exact thing. So this one is credited to both Grace and Sven because it was Grace's hear me outs and Sven's responses to them that really gave us what will be the hear me out function, moment, mechanic, whatever. So any player may at any time during one of their turns call hear me out. They must use the appropriate audio from the Discord soundbar, as you just heard. The player may ask the DM to...
Where's this fucking soundbar? Where do we get the soundbar from?
So the soundbar, we're the only ones with access to it. So if you look in the video window, like our chat thing, if you look down the bottom, there's a little speaker icon next to the 3 dots maybe, and near the share your screen and the widgets and whatnot. Yeah. And so the sound you want is and you... Yeah, exactly. Okay, you found the little
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's not me.
All right, so we have several of those. Oh, here's one of my favorites. But anyway, so you must play the hear me out sound. Yeah. Now, you can ask for absolutely anything when you call hear me out, no matter how batshit crazy it might seem, as long as you can find a way to make it at least sound somewhat believable. But the bigger the ask, the higher DC of the corresponding check, and it will not be an automatic success, and you will not automatically get advantage unless you use your heroic inspiration along with it. The other one is called I Know a Guy. We might rename it to I Know a Person or I Know a Being, but it's by a guy named David Nett, stolen off the internet. So at any point, you can be like, hey, I know someone, and describe a character that your character knows that may prove useful to the adventure. You control the details of the character, but once you've described them, it becomes an NPC under my control. Now, here's the trick. You know them, and they will quite possibly help you, but there's probably going to be some kind of catch. Maybe you owe them money. Maybe you owe them a favor. Maybe you don't really get along and you don't want to ask this person to help you. You know, maybe you're just not sure if you can trust them, a la Han Solo. Going to ask Lando for help in The Empire Strikes Back. Like, yeah, I know a guy, but last time we hung out, I kind of, took his shit. So it's that kind of stuff. So that will be an option. The other one you can do is combos. So if you share a place in initiative order, you can work together in unison, potentially combining your skills and abilities in otherwise unachievable ways. You may also use a special version of a held action, so a held turn, where you can hold your turn to bring your initiative in line with someone who's lower in the initiative order than you. Multiple players can also choose to do this. So say you've got someone at 20, someone at 15, and someone at 10. The 2 players at 20 and 15 can both hold their turns, and all 3 of you can combo up at initiative 10. Each combo's effectiveness, mechanics, and resource cost will be determined on a case-by-case basis. So they're the 3 kind of, throw them around and use them as you like. Then we have desperate times. So this is beyond the scope of any of the previous ones and can only be initiated once 2 or more party members are either unconscious or dead. Desperate Times brings you 2 options, retreat or heroic sacrifice. Retreat means all remaining players begin to prepare for a retreat. Initiative order ceases. Remaining players describe what they are doing to escape and hopefully bring their fallen comrades with them, and then we'll initiate a skill challenge that will determine your fate. Success means escaping with your lives. Failure almost certainly means capture or a TPK, depending on the adversary. The other option is heroic sacrifice. A single player may choose to have their character sacrifice themselves to save their comrades. No roles are necessary. Describe how your character heroically gives their own life, while the rest of the party describes their escape, including hopefully gathering up any other fallen comrades. The character making the sacrifice dies, and their body is unable to be retrieved before the party retreats, though it may be possible to retrieve it later. The rest of the party escapes. So these are the things we're going to have going forwards instead of the hero point. So you've still got the chance to do the epic heroic shit, and you've got some other ways to get yourself the fuck out of trouble if you really, really need to. And I look forward to seeing what you guys might do with some combos. That could be cool. All right, and portaling away. So with that, now there are going to be some mechanics and some discussions about where we're going, but we're not quite there yet. First things first, you guys have some inspiration to earn. So Who would like to do the first recap?
Okay. No one else
Before we begin
volunteer.
with the recaps, I am curious about this noise that we're hearing. What's the deal with the noise?
Well, I don't know if it's noise. I think this is really, really nice ambiance. Oh, that noise is the soundboard. I really should have told it existed. My bad. Sorry to everyone at home. Please stop with the air horns and the Wilhelm screams.
It's not me at all.
I know. I can see who it is. An icon comes up on your picture every time you do it. Not pointing any fingers. Yeah. Anyways. This lovely ambiance is coming from a wonderful bunch of people at a website called tabletopaudio.com. Now they have tunes for all of your role-playing tabletop needs, be it fantasy, sci-fi, horror, all sorts of stuff. If you need it, they've got it. You can stream it directly from the website if you like. It's got its own built-in player, or you can do what we do and download them for use in your own virtual tabletop, or even just to play at your own table. It's all completely free, and all they ask is that if you're going to use it on stream like we are, you let people know. And how cool is that?
That's it's pretty darn cool. It's like having a concert in your computer. I don't know how tabletop audio gets all the little people that play the music and fits it inside your computer. To me, it's
shrink
like
race, dude.
magic, and it's really something quite phenomenal. And they've got some. I think they've added some new sound sets as well, by the looks of it.
Cool, awesome.
The Crown Road, Manor Dark, High Alert, War Wagon, Lady of the Wood, Ready the Castle. So they're constantly adding new materials as well. So if you looked at it sometime in the distant past and you're like, hey, they didn't have what I was looking for, well, guess what? They've got it now. I guarantee you. So get over there to tabletopaudio.com and use their sound sets completely for free. But hey, feel free to give them a little donation as well, because they're providing this stuff to everyone completely free of charge. So got a spare denarii lying around, send it their way. Thank you. Please hold the applause until the end of the stream.
Yes, so good. Now, we do have one other, I guess we could call them entity, that we do absolutely have to thank. Now, Kiran, I might throw this one to you, since the usual suspect isn't here to join us tonight, unfortunately.
Well, Mark, I'm glad you've thrown it to me, because an important part of any Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop experience is ultimately the dice. The dice you use, like the ones that our good friend Sven is holding right here. And the best place to get dice is at fruitbowldice.com. .au? No, just .com.
Just .com. Yeah, just .com.
Just .com. Fruitbowldice.com. It is
an Australian-based store, however. Our good friends Jess and Bishop run that down from Melbourne. And as you know, Jess is normally here playing D&D with us, but she can't make it tonight. She went to see Opeth, and apparently all she got was bad sound and a cold. That really sucks. And a comedy show, too, is from what I hear. And look, we're not blaming Opeth on the bad sound. That's more a venue issue from what we're hearing. That looks fancy.
This really cool product I got from Fruit Bowl Dice. It's an advent calendar, and Sevs has one as well. So every day of the month of December, we'll get a new dice, and I'm super excited to open this once December properly starts.
Now, does it look like you've already started opening one, Sevs? That's a bit wait.
Okay, I opened it all.
Oh, nice. So look, the other one you held up looked like it was still in the wrapping, though. Is that for a reason?
That is the Advent Calendar giveaway, which we will be drawing on the 16th of December. If you are interested, say a bit of a story, get into the Discord, and say some shit. I think there's like a few people, and there's a few, maybe 10, 11 stories so far.
Something like that. Yeah,
I
we've
would-
had a few people jump on specifically to get involved with this giveaway that we're running at the moment. So that's a pretty good start. But I think we need some more stories because we want to steal everyone else's ideas, and we can't do that if you don't share your stories. So,
Yeah, exactly. No, we're not going to steal your ideas. But hey, if they're really good,
I am.
and you aren't already playing in one of our campaigns, maybe we'll invite you to one sometime.
So yeah,
Just saying.
not to take over here or anything, but yeah, we have that giveaway is currently running. It's going to be running all the way up until the 16th of December, thanks to, of course, our amazing affiliate partners, Fruit Bowl Dice, but even more so to Sevs, who so generously splashed to pick up one of these advent calendars and offered to provide it as a giveaway for the channel for the members of the community, and then on top of that, as you mentioned, Mark, Jess and Bishop decided to jump on board as well, and they have offered two, not one, no, this is an amateur hour, two gift cards, $50 gift cards for fruitbowldice.com. So we have exactly. Thank you. We have 3 prizes that can be won. So 3 people are going to win, and the amount of stories that we have on that Discord channel at the moment means you're going to have a pretty good chance of winning something. So get on there, share your stories, and you might win a $50 gift card or one of these advent calendars. I think the advent calendars are valued at like $150 or something like that. So that's like $250 worth of prizes that you can win, and all you have to do is just go to our Discord channel and share your favorite tabletop RPG story, and join us on the 16th of December for Vecna Eve of Ruin. You're already here now, so you know where to find it, and we're going to draw the winners of that. We're going to announce the winners live on air. I'm going to let Sevs do that because it was kind of his brainchild, if he wants to, that is. I'm assuming you want to do that.
You do you, mate. You do you. Whatever the floats, whatever it is. And I will turn around. I had a game on top of that fucking soundboard. I had a game on Sunday, and I used Fruit Bowl Dice for that game, and I must have crit about 5 or 6 times.
Natural.
And I must say none of them were cheating either. Well, maybe a little, one or two.
That's all I roll, just natural 20s. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. You can, in the meantime, jump on fruitbowldice.com, order yourself some dice there. Maybe you get your own advent calendar. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do, but make sure you use the affiliate code Crit and Miss on the second page of checkout. You'll get a free gift if you do that, and it lets them know that the community is, checking out their stuff and buying their stuff. So it helps everyone in the end, except for Geoff. Doesn't help Geoff.
I'm beyond
All right.
help.
That I'm going to call it on the soundboard there. I think that's enough of the soundboard, unless we're doing the yeah moment. Kiran, I know it brings you great amounts of joy. But
That's enough, goddammit!
This is like my Howard Stern dreams come true. It just being like this really annoying soundboard artist.
So yeah, I think that covers us for all of our housekeeping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think you might just be right about that, which means it's time for some recaps. And I believe, Doc Hovel, you had already volunteered to go first.
I had. Okay, so Doctor's Log, believed to be the 12th of Kythorn, 1493. Our survival is surely a miracle. It looked grim until Qualak arrived. He'd acquired some kind of advanced airship, one in the shape of a giant mechanical wasp. I'd managed to paralyze the blue beast momentarily, but not for long. I healed myself as best I could. As my death was upon me, I was suddenly yanked into a door by the young Leo, who were taken into a mechanical structure inside of the airship. Qualek suffered some kind of effect. I rushed to check on him, but there was little I could do. I ran back to the deck of the ship just as Flower Child arrived with a dramatic leap. Shortly after, Artoria joined us as well, and we were all aboard the ship. We now needed to escape the great tentacles of the gigantic tentacle creature. Indeed, we did, and the craft took us away from the world, somewhat to my relief. It seems we fly among the stars. I took medicine for my stomach. It didn't help. And that's it.
Medicine. Yeah. So you might see, just a brief flash of Doc Hobble taking a swig from his usual container of imbibement, and then very quickly leaning over the railing of the upper deck and vomiting out into space. Quite like notices later, you might find a few little speckles that you might want to make him clean on the hull.
I'll have people swabbing the deck quicker than you can blink.
Yeah, nice one. All right, cool. Thank you, Doc Hobble. I think, Sven, what we'll do is we'll finish with your recap last, and you can go into the transition we were talking about before. Mm-hmm. So, Leo or Foulchop? Who would like to go?
You can go first, buddy.
Sure. I was thinking a broader view, putting us in the context of what we've done so far. So, the party of brave adventurers ventured off at the request of Lord Neverember of Neverwinter to uncover, and this is Sir Goodman recounting it, evidently.
Well, I think maybe he's slightly grey in this depiction, like he's recounting it from 20 years in the future as he remembers it. Something like that. Yeah.
At the behest of Lord Neverember, they went to stop a group of cultists who had abducted a bunch of members of the Neverwinter Society, who were linked by one thing only, and that was their connection to a dark force, Vecna, the Eve of Ruin, as people call him. But during that mission, they were transported into a realm, the Shadowfell, and during that transportation, something happened to them that made them creatures of destiny, heroes that would save the world. Now they find themselves on a quest where they must collect 7 pieces of rod, and so far they have collected 1. They've also done a trip to Earth, the Earth that our players are currently in now, in which they almost resulted in the complete destruction of that Earth. And as our good friend Doc Hobble said, they now find themselves amongst the stars.
Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Thank you. And yes, amongst the stars they be. Now, I'm sure we'll get to where they're going amongst the stars, but before that, Flower Child, what do you make of all this?
Well, to be honest, I'm struggling because I don't know really what has gone on, to be fair. So I remember running up the stairs and the stairs disappearing and seeing people started just to go. Doc Hobble fighting the blue demon and battling it, and Atora running off because she saw something across there. So as I run downstairs, because I only got 30 foot of movement, I run downstairs and I decided to hang a left and run through this building. I ran through this building, but I felt this hunger inside of me. I had the tentacle monster drawing me towards it, the want, the need to be close to this creature, but not enough that it would turn me away from this mechanical wasp that is flying outside. I was running through the building like the Hulk, or like the Juggernaut in that movie that I can't pronounce because we will get banned. But side by side, the flying wasp was down one side and then I was down the other, and I hang a right and run through a window and jumped I'm gonna say almost 100 foot, but knowing it was closer to 9. Jumped all the way and landed on the deck of the Spelljammer. But then I had a memory. The memory of my parents holding a child in their arms. He's much younger than my backstory was written. Something new, something that I didn't know, and something that's kind of stuck with me for a while is what Mark asked me at the very end of that game, and it was, what do you feel? And it stuck with me, and I've been playing around in my head. And what people see is, as I'm on the deck of that Spelljammer, and I come finally out of rage, and 3 disappears, and Flower Child is back there, as we shoot through the stars, as obviously Sven is going to explain, you see Flower Child pushing at the very end of this wasp, going, I don't understand. I just don't understand. We need to go back. We need to go back. Pushing past Doc Hovel, trying to find a way to turn this machine to go back to Earth, back to this creature that knew something of his past, knew something that could inform him of what in his mind that he's missing. And tears are streaming down his eyes as he's going, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. And then as Doc Hovel looks at him, a blank look comes over his face, and he goes, why are we on a wasp? I don't understand why we're on a wasp. Where are we going? What's happening? Oh, hey, Doc Hovel. Hey, Leo. How are you? As the memory of what has happened is taken. And please, if you want, this leads on to the thing. If you want to figure out the backstory, we have a channel in Discord that has the players' backstories. Go in there, because they may give you information of what our characters are feeling, or what is happening to our characters, or just really good fucking poems by Kiran, to be honest.
And songs.
Yeah. We've got. So that's the Eve of Vecna, Eve of Ruin in character channel. It's all of that in there is the players, and me a little bit, adding in background information, extra stories, maybe a little bit of foreshadowing, to give you extra fleshed out details of the campaign. So please jump in the Discord, check it out. Thank you for mentioning that one, Sevs. That's great, and thank you for that little tidbit into Flower Child's perspective. That is, that was wonderful. Now, before we get on to the actual departure from Earth, couple of little things I wanted to mention because they didn't get mentioned in the recap. So that demon actually tried to pursue you onto the back of the Spelljammer. From what I recall, you dealt with it. Yes.
We did. Yeah.
Yep.
Big
Yep. The other. Yep. That's right. Big B's hand. Plucked it. Yep. Nice. That's right. Lovely. The other thing was that Sergeant Wallace Goodman, the LAPD sniper that had plummeted from the roof and managed to fend off a Marilith demon and all sorts of things. Some things may have been revealed about him in that the players don't know this, but we saw some flashes of him conversing with who appeared to be Flower Child's parents in the modern day, and then basically sending him to protect him, get him off world again. So as the players were leaving on the Spelljammer, he grappling hooked his way up and has just emerged over the edge of the deck as these guys are taking off as well. Just so we know where everyone is at. Now, Qualek, you have just executed one of the most dangerous and advised against maneuvers a Spelljammer pilot can possibly consider doing. So tell me about it. How's this happening? How are you getting the hell away from Earth and onto your next destination? How does this go down?
Oh, first of all, I think it might be frowned upon. It might even be illegal. But for Qualek, it's just another Wednesday.
I love that.
Is that a Street Fighter reference?
Is it?
As M. Bison says, the day you met M. Bison was the most important day of your life, but for me, it was a Tuesday.
You're right. That's amazing. I completely forgotten about that. No, yeah. I remember it with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he had to do that one line over and over again. You're all under arrest because he kept saying it. It kept sounding like you all undress. Very funny. So I'm just gonna do a quick little recap of just Qualek's internal dialogue of a couple of things that happened over the last couple of episodes, and then I'm gonna bring it into where we left off on the previous episode, and we can just figure out how it works from there. But I imagine maybe we even hear this over a wide shot of the Spelljammer as it exits Earth's atmosphere and starts to pass into the darkness that is wild space. As the essence of my soul was trapped within the jar, that place between places, I had a moment to peer into some things clearly not intended for my eyes. It appears as though the one masquerading as Mordenkainen might not be exactly who he claims to be, and it makes me wonder, exactly how much do his compatriots know of his true identity? Questions that will remain, as of this moment, unanswered. But rest assured, answers will be forthcoming. Or secrets hold more power than I truly understood. More importantly, at least for the moment, that gave me time to turn my gaze inward, face to face with my own errant soul, and ask of myself, what do I really want? What matters to me? Despite everything that has happened to me over the past few weeks, months, what has it been now? Everything begins to blur together. Time, not unlike the astral sea, ceased to have meaning. But I begin to find myself feeling some sort of kinship, possibly, with these outcasts and misfits that I now count as my crew. I think it might be time for the maiden flight of Sweet Melody, and that we sort of maybe black out on that wide shot and we come up again. Qualek is sitting at the helm of this Spelljammer, which is, as was pointed out, a wasp ship. For those people who don't know what it is, it's essentially like a flying spaceship powered by magic that allows the people on board to essentially travel through space into the astral sea and into other crystal spheres, as they're called. You can think of it essentially as like solar systems, but they're separated by this expanse known as the astral sea, in which time and space has no meaning. Maybe we see some of the after effects of that psychological trauma that was kind of caused by this entity from which we had only narrowly escaped, and also in part due to the fact that, as Mark so keenly pointed out, performing a maneuver like that comes at great risk, not only to the spelljammer itself, but to the mind of the person helming that spelljammer. They are, of course, designed to, whenever they come within a certain range of an object of a certain size, to immediately slow down. They're not designed to be able to accelerate to 100 million miles a day, essentially, when they're within a certain distance of an object of a certain size. So even just pushing himself to be able to perform this maneuver took a pretty hefty toll on Qualek's mental well-being. So maybe as he sort of hops down from that spell jamming helm, we see him wipe away a little trickle of blood that's begun to leak from his simian nostrils. He stumbles a little bit, straightens himself. Maybe he looks at his reflection in one of those two domed windows that make up the viewing ports of the, I want to say, cockpit, I suppose, of the vessel. Is there anyone else in there with him at this point? I'm not sure.
I think the doc had gone into where you were, last I recall.
Yeah, I think
did go in there.
Leo run in and then run all the way back out, didn't you, somehow?
Well, I last thing I did is I pulled out all those wires, but it depends where those wires would have been located on the ship to help you bypass
yes,
the
that's
safeguards.
right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we had to do a little bit of on the
Tinkering.
fly tinkering with the ship in order to be able to even perform a maneuver like that. I always like, what comes to mind is thinking of like that part in the Star Wars sequels where they go to light speed while they're still inside the hangar bay of that ship. It's essentially like that, but imagine also the Dune universe where you don't have computers to run these things. It's just someone's mind that has to make these immense sort of calculations. So it takes a massive toll in order to be able to perform a maneuver like that. So maybe he looks over towards Doc Hovel and he's not sure yet maybe exactly how successful this daring raid on Earth was. So he wipes away the blood, the trickle of blood. He looks at himself and starts fixing up his robes. He's wearing this robe covered in eyes. It's his robe of many eyes. And he looks back towards you and he's like, situation report, Doctor.
I don't know what we went there to get, but we didn't get it. As soon as we arrived, there were hostile forces everywhere.
Would you care to explain to me what exactly you hope to achieve by going to such a backwards and twisted place?
I immediately take a swig of my medicinal alcohol and say, we were supposed to unlock something from the kid from Flower Child's past, and at the same time recover something and meet. We were supposed to meet up with our contact, but none of that happened.
Your contact? Who exactly is your contact?
Oh, God.
He looks to you with a raised eyebrow.
God.
Is there any food on this ship?
Comes echoing down the hall as Flower Child descends down into the hold of the ship, I suppose.
All also echoing down the hall is we did it! Woohoo!
Right.
Now this is what we call pod racing.
Well, that accounts for Flower Child, and it's good to see the boy made it also. Is anyone worse for wear, Doctor?
Looking over everyone, I turn back and I say, "You seem to be the worst off for the most part."
I would like to point out that as he says this, the doc has blood dripping from several places. Quite like you are not, in fact, the worst off.
You appear to be in quite a terrible condition yourself. Are you able to do anything about that? You're bleeding all over my deck.
I'm actually shining. I'm so fucking healthy.
Don't touch anything.
What for those of you that are coming down into the below decks, like he's not saying anything, but Sergeant Goodman comes down with you, and he kind of looks at Flower Child, and he's like, "I'll find something," and he starts looking around for where the food might be to start preparing something. Assuming he won't have much.
Does this Sergeant Goodman look like our sergeant or our Captain Goodman?
As he takes off his helmet and his like his night vision goggles and his breather mask and all that kind of stuff, it's uncanny. He looks almost identical to Ultras.
It's like the other guy. The other guy with the stupid, like, he had a silly accent. That guy.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Right, Flower Child.
Thanks, Flower Child. The other name, please.
I think he was talking to me, sir. Sergeant Wallace Goodman, at your service.
Sergeant, you're a soldier.
Well, no, not exactly. Police officer originally, but suffice to say, I've had some extensive training in the kind of things that you all might be more familiar with than those from where we came from. Yeah?
What language is he speaking? Because we couldn't speak common earlier on.
About to ask that.
Oh, I'm speaking the same language you all speak.
Oh.
So I've noticed that you have a possible understanding of the common language. Might I ask exactly? You don't seem to be too disturbed by your current surroundings. It's my understanding that people from Earth have a very limited experience with the metaphysical.
Most correct, yes. There are some agencies within the government and also some other private agencies, let's say, that have discovered the existence of such things and are actively working to understand and either use or protect Earth from them.
And as he's talking, Quilek's like walking around him and like maybe like poking at like his gun or whatever, and just like learning everything that he can about this guy. And Quilek chuckles as he says that as well, and he's like, well, I would imagine we might have accelerated your plans in that regard, pulled back the veil slightly with what went on.
Maybe just a little, yeah. Look, I think Hollywood might be able to smooth some of it over with a few movies, and if the media does their job properly, we might be able to get pull the veil back down. But yeah, I feel like that place is not going to be the same like ever again.
So what part of your plans and your responsibilities involves grabbing creatures by their spine?
Quilek looks wide-eyed at that.
I'm very...
Where I come from, that's not okay.
I'm very, very sorry about that, young man. Look, heat of the moment, I wasn't sure where you'd come from. Like we had invaders suddenly in the world. I'm supposed to protect the Earth. It was potentially an invasion, you understand, so it could have been war. But I am very sorry that I mistook you for one of the bad guys.
Even if I was a bad guy, my tail, that's disgusting.
Is your tail your spine?
Yeah, but my tail is my spine.
It is definitely an extension of the spinal column. your kind of human have evolved to remove this extension, but you still have, if you feel down back right there, right below your spine, right above the buttocks, you can still feel what is commonly called your tailbone.
Yeah, how would you feel if I grabbed your little nub?
Cloudchild's walking around, just slowly walking around behind Leo, and just kind of looking down at his tail, going.
Now,
So,
my crew member here, he raises a good point. Leo, do you remember what the punishment is aboard a spelljammer for grabbing someone by the spine?
It's walking the plank.
Walking the plank. Tell me, Mr. Goodman, can you imagine what might happen to one who is forced to walk the plank? And he points towards the window in wild space.
you don't need to imagine.
You're not going to get wet, do you?
Well,
No, I've seen that happen. I'd rather not.
you certainly won't get wet. No, that is for sure. You see, you're safe while you're still on board this vessel, as there is an air bubble that surrounds it. Provides breathable air, an atmosphere, so to speak. But as soon as you pass beyond a certain range, you will be subjected to the forces of the vacuum. Now, you certainly won't be wet because your blood will freeze after it boils, and your eyes and lungs explode. It's not a very pretty sight.
I believe they actually implode.
Well, let's not get too caught up on technicalities here. What I'm trying to say is, you're on board my ship now. You follow my rules.
Understood.
I'm
Yes,
the
sir,
captain now.
And you're no longer a sergeant. So I'm going to need you
Which
to
one?
remove that. And he points towards the sergeant's badge or insignia or whatever that he has on his person.
Little stripes.
You can see him raise an eyebrow at that. Consider it for a moment. Look around at the rest of you. And then just sort of shrug and reach over and tear the stripes off of his shoulder.
Good man.
Rolls for places where they're needed.
I will return these to you should you make it back to your planet. But for the time being, you're no longer a sergeant, you are a deckhand. You are all crew aboard Sweet Melody.
Can I be the captain?
Look, there will be time to talk about, hierarchy, but I think for the time being, the most experienced person on a spelljammer should take the position of captain. Of course, we can have a vote sometime later down the line, but for now, at least, I will be taking the position of both helmsperson and captain.
Captain Helm.
Yes, sir.
Very good. I believe there are some bodily fluids that have leaked upon the deck. Deckhand Goodman, get to work.
Aye, sir.
The rest
Yes,
of
sir.
you, I would like to speak to you all upon the upper deck.
Is that a galley? Is this something I could get something to eat? I'm really hungry.
We will sort
I didn't
something
eat-
else out for you to eat.
Did you eat it back at that place?
I think in just a moment, it's not going to be something you're going to need to worry about. But this is something that I need to speak to you all about before it happens, so that you understand exactly the situation that we might be facing. Because while we might have escaped the jaws of death, we might be stepping into yet another furnace. Follow me. And he walks through the narrow corridors of the lower decks and starts nimbly climbing up the little, very steep ladder up towards the upper deck.
As Goodman goes to get to scrubbing, he just sort of like bows his head somewhat apologetically again to Leo, and he's just like, "Look, I'm real sorry."
Leo sort of doesn't even acknowledge it. He brushes them off.
Totally fair, dude. The dude grabbed him by his spine. I get it.
Grab him by the
I'd get-
spine.
I'd be
Child,
pissed too, man.
as Leo climbs the ladder, the tail is there, and Flower Child is just kind of like a cat, just like trying to reach for this tail.
It's like Leo's during that time. Leo's thinking to himself, "No reasonable creature would ever do that. Like this is a monster. This is a true aberration."
I love it. I love it. That's great. All right.
I imagine
you guys go for a chat.
Hubert's there as well. Hubert might show deck crew Goodman where the cleaning shit is on this vessel as we all sort of mount the upper deck where that ballista is mounted as well. And as we climb up onto that deck, if you look out now, you're just looking at this endless vista of stars, essentially, just that stretches out as far as your brain can comprehend. And it is almost silent except for the gentle thrumming of those wings, which sort of vibrate and makes it look very similar to the blur spell because they're just moving very silently.
Can I ask real quick, is Hubert a half orc or a full orc?
I think let's go full orc. Why not?
Yep, cool. No worries.
Sounds more fun to me.
Yep, thank you.
And he brings everyone up to the top deck and he's like, as the captain of Sweet Melody, allow me to be the first person to welcome you aboard. I will be the captain for this flight. Can anyone please explain to me exactly what you were thinking going to Earth?
I can. Earth. So
Have you heard of it?
while you were, first of all, it's good to see you. Good to see you up again. Or we weren't sure if you were going to make it. The Earth. The reason we went to Earth is because we discovered that's where Flower Child is from, and we were hoping by visiting Earth we could find the location of his parents and maybe help him get his memories back. Flower Child is part of the team, and the thinking was he's a powerful member of our team and he would be more powerful if we could help him recover his lost memories.
Look, I don't know. I don't think I'm from Earth.
Has there been any progress in that regard?
Where? Earth?
Think that answers your question?
I guess not.
We arrived and it was bedlam pretty much from the moment we got in. Mordekainen had told us that when we'd enter Earth, we'd be enter in a place of relative safety, and that didn't appear to be the case. And I have a lot of questions for him. He didn't seem to know much about Earth, despite having written the book that we use to discover Flower Child's connection to Earth.
I have some questions of my own that I would like him to answer. Quilek's actually going to look around and see if that floating eye that has been following us around is here on board the...
Oh, there.
It's there?
Watching you right now.
Quilek bites his tongue. Well, I certainly appreciate the effort, but it appears that it was met with something unforeseen. Does anyone have any ideas on what that thing was?
Is that
Sorry,
in your
what was
eye? You got something in your eye? Like I got a special thing. You can just blow in your eye. You got something in your eye. You can blow it and open your eye. Like a bit of hair in your eye or something.
Flower.
What?
Quiet.
Has somebody grabbed you by the spine again?
I prefer not to talk about that.
Ignoring them, I'm going to turn to Qualek and say, well, all I can tell you is it came out of some dimensional portal.
That was not
So-
a minion of Vecna's.
Didn't have that look, did it?
No, this was something else. A symptom, perhaps?
Come to think of it, that creature. You were going to say something about the creature, right, Flowershot? Just like when we first set off.
What creature?
I think it sounded like there's some sort of connection between Flowerchild and whatever creature that was.
I don't know. I don't think so. Like, I don't know why we were there, to be honest. Like, I just remember getting there and then, like, having a fight and then running through the window and jumping on you. Like, I don't know why we were there. I thought it was something to do with, like, Doc Hovel or you.
Well, on that front, I do have a confession. One of those creatures was looking for me.
Yeah, we asked we went to Earth because Leo got grabbed by his spine.
I don't think it has anything to do with the spine. The horned devil. I don't know why, but he's been something that I've been dreaming about for a long time. And in that moment, I froze, and that's why all of you got hurt, is because I couldn't fight.
Hey, it's okay, kid.
Qualek wanders over and very awkwardly just touches him.
I'm grabbing him by the spine.
Grabbed him by the spine and just hoiking him off the
Disgusting.
ship. I have no place for emotion on board my ship, and he just throws him overboard, and Leo goes flying into space.
No, I'm sorry, everyone. We wouldn't have been there if it weren't for me.
Dreams, you say you had dreams.
Yeah. And I could tell that he was searching for me. Until that goat man distracted him. He was looking for me.
Things are becoming more complicated with every passing day. I think it's high time that we took the proverbial bull by the horn. Certainly not by the spine. Only a savage would grab something by the spine or by the tail. That's unheard of, unthinkable even. So we will grab this bull
Leo
by the
stares
horn
daggers at Flowerchild.
and start to search.
As I'm holding his tail, rubbing it against my face.
Oh, no. There's no way he's going to let you hold it. He's definitely whipped it away as quickly as he can.
We might need to talk about
Alex.
possibly maybe tying that thing down to your body or something so that it doesn't get
Yeah,
caught.
so Leo wraps it around like a belt.
I like you said in the book. I don't know. I thought we were there for somebody else. I remember just getting like those people like Goodman shouting at us, and they had cars that they had carts that just had lights on top, and I remember that.
Well, I believe
No, that Morgan Freeman guy said that it was where you were from.
Ooh, me?
Yeah. Well,
No.
that's why we went there, kid.
No, I don't think so. Okay, we just found out that we went there for Leo because Leo's just dreamt of somebody that person come out.
I think I think Flowerchild 4 might not be the person that has the answers that we seek.
I believe I understand what you're getting at, but what I've been trying to say is it appears we have many questions and very few answers. Now, I would like to start to turn our attention towards gaining some of those answers and getting a better idea of exactly where we stand if we are going to face something as all-powerful as Vecna, and now it appears there is another party involved in whatever it is that's happening to the multiverse. We're going to need to approach this with every possible advantage that we can get our hands on. Now, it just so happens that there might be answers to 2 questions. And he reaches inside his robes and he pulls out what appears to be like a relatively small size, like almost handbook sized tome, maybe something similar to this notepad that I have over here. And he holds it up and you can see it's maybe got like a dark green leather cover and in silver filigree on the cover is the title, and it's called The Dream Weave, a study of a neuromancy by the dream shepherd Alejandro de los Sueños. It just so happens that I know a guy. And he's referring, of course, to a person that he hey, there it is, that he is acquainted with, who lives on a place, and Qualek will explain this to you guys as well. I think it's in the Astral Sea. I can't quite remember where I put it, but a place called Brawl, which is a city built onto an asteroid, which is pretty much a self-sustained city in space for all intents and purposes. And he'll be like, I believe that we might be find answers to the dreams that you have been having, Leo, as well as possibly some answers towards what is occurring in the mind of our friend here. And he points
a dream
towards, and that is troubling.
No, it's fine. I haven't dreamed for a really long time.
What's the name, Sven?
His name is Alejandro de los Sueños.
I believe it's the second story in the in-character chat.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So, I believe that with post-haste, we will need to make our way to Brawl. Not only will we be able to find answers there to some questions that have been lingering in my mind, I myself have also been gifted with a vision while I was trapped within that jar. I believe I might have a location of a relic that might be of some use to us in our fight against Vecna. But in order to locate its exact coordinates, I might need some information that can only be found in Brawl. So, unless anyone has any better idea, I think that should be our next port of call.
Sounds good.
Look, I like zoned out after I grabbed Leo's tail, to be honest. I'm just happy to go wherever we go in.
And
Flower Child, if you help us get the next piece of rod, I'm gonna get you a really nice piece of chicken.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Let's do this.
Speaking
payment
of chicken, and who's got the highest passive perception?
I'd have pretty high, 17.
Pretty high, 17. Dark Hovel, what's yours? You any good?
Oh, it's terrible. It's 10.
10. All right. So Leo, you're going to be the first person to notice this.
Please tell me there's chickens on this fucking ship.
Yeah. No, there's just chickens flying around through space.
Yeah.
They're space chickens. Just reach out and grab them. No.
Unless there's anything further, Captain, I'd like to go chicken fishing with my friend here.
Now you'll notice, like, as we're talking, that starry vista begins to warp. Like those little points of light start to stretch and bulge outwards strangely as we talk, and like you can't even see the speed that we're traveling in because we're in pretty much the void. We're in the vacuum of space, so there's no reference point by which to judge how fast we're moving. But very, very slowly at first you start to see the stars start to like elongate, and maybe Qualek looks out towards the vista and he's like, ah, yes, exactly on time. Now, gentlemen, we are about to transition from wild space into the astral sea. As we exit this crystal sphere, you might notice some disorientation. I will suggest, if you feel any dizziness or nausea, not to try and fight it. You won't win. But we are entering the astral sea, where time and space ceases to have meaning. As for your question, Flower Child, you will cease to feel any hunger or thirst, and we will be experiencing time subjectively. Now, this place, it is unpredictable at the best of times, so I need everyone to be wary, because, as I said, time and space has no meaning here. Even your very thoughts can conjure into existence things that are otherwise unimaginable. And as he speaks, the stars continue to stretch and bulge outwards, almost like you're looking at space through a glass bowl or something like that, until we're completely surrounded by these stretched out little pinpricks of light. And then within a couple of minutes, your consciousness can't even comprehend when the transition actually happens, but there's like this very disorienting feeling as if your physical body is essentially deconstructed and your soul enters into the astral sea, and that blackness of space gives way to this endless swirling silver mass that almost looks like we're passing through these glittering storm clouds. And all sensations of hunger and thirst and time passing just vanishes in that instance.
Can I try to point? If there's like no passage of time, can I cast a ritual spell really quick?
No. Effectively, there is still the perception of the passage of time, but it isn't actually passing.
I turn to the side and I am sick over the side of the spelljammer.
You know what? I'm going to roll a Constitution save and see if even if Qualek gets sick. I don't think
I
he's
rolled a
immune
10.
to this. Let's find out. Roll some actual fruit bowl dice here. Oh, a 16. What's my con save? +1. So 17. I think I'm all right.
What do we got here? Oh,
Hey!
Hey!
The doc joins you. At
Everybody!
And if you're vomiting over the side of the spelljammer as well, you see all your chunks go flying down. And as they reach the midpoint of the vessel, or actually for this, because it's a wasp ship, just below where the spelljamming helm actually sits, so that cockpit area, you see your vomit like dip down below the gravitational plane, and then go back up and then down and then up and then down as it frictionlessly
again.
just slides off until it sort of reaches the outer limits of the air bubble of the ship, and then just like freezes and drifts out into. Well, now that we're in the astral sea, I guess it doesn't freeze; it just sort of drifts out into the astral sea, and your vomit is now an eternal part of the astral sea.
That was disgustingly beautiful.
But that gives you a little bit of an idea of what will happen to a person as well. If someone goes overboard on the ship, there is a gravitational plane. As you pass it, it'll pull you back up and then back down and then back up and then back down. And because there won't be any friction, you'll essentially go through that motion like you're bobbing up and down in water until you reach the outer plane or the outer limit of this air bubble that this ship has, and then you'll float away.
So what you're saying is, I could tie myself to this railing here,
Yes.
and I could jump off there, and as long as I don't go out that way, I could just be up and down.
Yes, that is correct. We could drag you along. In fact, there is something called keel hauling. It's not quite as effective on a spelljammer as it is on a seaborne vessel. It's still quite fun.
Just a question, Mark.
Yeah.
I have an item called the Necklace of Adaptation. Would I be able to breathe out there?
What does the Necklace of Adaptation say?
I will tell you, it's only 3 lines. While wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment.
Yep, you're fine.
Nice.
That being said, while you're in the astral sea, everybody can in fact breathe normally. If you were to go overboard while in wild space, you'd be fucked, as Sven described, and wouldn't be able to breathe outside the bubble of the ship. But while you're in the astral sea, you can all breathe.
All right.
Quali, can I have a word? Last time we spoke, I said you were being extraordinarily selfish, and I said some really mean things.
I want to stop you right there. Seeking forgiveness is unbecoming towards a second mate.
Well, I just want to say I'm glad you're okay, and I'm happy to be a member of this crew. And Leo walks off.
As you were.
Woodman still squatting deck in the background.
You missed a spot. In fact, there's a few new pools of bodily fluid on the top deck. I'm going to need you to take care of. I want that deck spotless.
All right, I'm on it. When do you want me to start dinner?
Straight away.
There will be no need for that anymore. Not at least until we pass into the next crystal sphere. There's a lot you're going to need to be caught up on. Try to keep up.
Sure. Yep, okay.
Now I'm going to be retiring to my private chamber for the time being. As for the spelljammer itself, I will remain tethered to the helm as long as the spelljammer is still active. But for the most part, as long as we are in the astral sea, all that we need for guidance is simply the thought of where we want to be. So there's no need to worry about getting lost. For as long as we navigate the astral sea, we will arrive exactly where we want to be, as long as our intentions are clear.
Speaking of which, I did try to hint at it before. Hopefully we have 10 minutes so I can just summon up my my familiar.
Yeah, so like now that you're in the astral sea and traveling, Artoria's gonna have gone and found one of the spare beds to have a lie down. You guys are free to take long rests, do any summonings you want to do as things are progressing. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we.
I think Qualek is actually going to retire to his room for a little while, spend a little bit of time, recovering from the labor of pushing the ship beyond its usual capacity. So I am going to hit the long rest button if you will allow it.
Yes, please. Everybody may.
Yeah. All right. Long rest. Where is it? Oh, there. Phew.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the top. I don't need a long rest. I've already had one recently, and I'm in super condition. I'm just kind of staring out aimlessly at the space, with a certain feeling like this. I've had this. This is something that's happened prior. You know, the deja vu type thing going on.
I take it.
Can Leo join Flower Child and bring 2 rods to try to fish for some chickens?
Sure.
Fishing.
Just looking at the hook, just go like this.
I gotta say, that was some pro level innuendo.
I mean, look, I don't know if you catch a space chicken, but at one point you will hear. And if you look down at the end of the line, see a small bird that kind of has its beak hooked into one of the hooks, and it looks very much like a seagull.
Reel it in!
These fucking birds are everywhere. I don't understand. They're across all dimensions by the sounds of it.
And you will actually notice, as an ally, you'll see that this seems to have been an outlier from a small flock of them that's traveling off the side of the Spelljammer. And are you reeling it in?
Yeah.
Yep, nice. All right, so as you reel it in, like seagull size, man.
Well, look, is it Australian seagulls or is it the UK seagulls? Because UK seagulls are like fucking pterodactyls.
Oh, really? Being that it's small and not tiny, let's say UK seagulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Now this thing, as it gets closer, you notice that on the elbows of its wings, where they flick back, there's actually another set of what seem to be similar to the feet, like appendages that end with, same as the feet again, little hooked talons. Otherwise, it's basically a seagull, and it's got a flush of like purple down its throat and breast, and it's squawking away as you try and reel in.
Get some food. Like we have a familiar. We can like. It's like the Doc Hovels with his dog. This one might grow into a bigger seagull.
I'm happy for it to be your familiar.
I reckon Qualek would love these inside the ship.
I think it's worth a shot. It's definitely worth a shot.
I think you would appreciate this thing if we released it inside the ship. Think of the fun. It's only just, there's no downside to this. There's no downside.
I can't think of any.
Up you come, seagull.
This is great.
My first spell.
All right, so you're really in you're really in what is in fact called a space mollymock, and it is effectively just a space seagull. You reel it in and it's squawking away, flapping, trying to get away from you, but the hook's in good. It ain't going anywhere. So you get your hands on it.
Let me help you, seagull. I'll like grab it by the neck and try and fish at the hook, and then going, Doc, So I interrupt his 10-minute ritual that he's been doing for 10 minutes. Doc,
right in the 9-minute
check
mark.
this out.
make me a dexterity check or a medicine check to remove the hook. Your choice.
Oh fuck!
Straight dexterity or medicine.
Medicine.
Animal handling?
Yeah.
I love how you think I've got medicine.
No, I know. I'm pretty sure you don't. I'm just saying whichever. No, not. Hey, look at that! Not animal handling because he's not trying to. Currently, he's trying to remove the hook from it.
My
Right?
finger's in his mouth. It's got my finger. It's got my finger.
It sure does. You can lose one of your temporary hit points as it chomps down a little bit and like maybe its beak's a little bit serrated. Hey.
Sorry, am I awoken by this?
You're gonna hear. I mean, you're below deck, so I'm assuming they're up on the top deck. So maybe there's a bit of squawking going on. Yeah.
You can see Flower Child's face just slowly just darken as he's taking pain off an outside source, and then it kind of like goes almost into Flower Child 3, but then back out into Flower Child 4. I'll fucking kill you! I'll fucking kill you, Sicko!
Can I help? Can I help either calm the creature down or remove the hook? Oh, are you waiting on me or?
Muted, my bad. Sleight of hand for you if you want to remove the hook, or animal handling if you want to calm the bird.
Let's remove the hook. I'm much better at it.
Yeah, boom. You just like pop the hook out. You know, and you manage to do it without harming the creature any further, and also without hooking Flower Child's finger as you go past. His finger is still in this thing's jaw though, and it's not letting go. He's like,
It likes me.
I think it does. I think it likes you. It won't let go.
We need to go show Doc Harvey. Let's go wake him up. He'll enjoy this.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so as you go to take it downstairs, Sevs, have Flower Child make an animal handling.
Oh fuck!
On the way down.
He's actually not bad at 18.
Yeah, so it seems this is exactly what the bird wants. It seems to calm down as it notices you taking it below decks. Maybe you can smell the food in the kitchen. I don't know. No, it's not hungry, but yeah, no, it's cool. It sort of calms down. It lets go of your finger and tucks into whatever while you're holding it.
Yeah. So we walk down this thing, and then I walk into Doc Hollow's, like knock on Doc Hollow's like room. Doc, I got something, look! And open the door and just shove it in his face. Look at this!
So what you'll see as you storm in is Doc Hovel sitting at his desk dictating to his dragon to say what's going on, and he turns around and what on earth are you doing, kid? What's that?
I thought it was your familiar, but it's I think I'm gonna try and make it my familiar. Like it's gonna turn into a dinosaur. It looks almost like a bloody dinosaur. Oh, your dog's back.
Put that back outside. This is why I don't have a cat.
What? You want to leave it in here? All right, no worries. I just drop it and close the door.
So you put it promptly shits on the rug. And scoots off under the bed that Artori is sleeping in and hides underneath.
Perfect.
I'm just going to look over and say, okay, I'm not touching that.
Your dog has a friend now. Goodbye. And just close the door. Let's go see if we can catch more. Let's go get him some more.
Yeah,
as you're heading back upstairs, Flower Child, what's your passive perception?
14. It's not that bad.
14? Yeah, no, that's enough. You just get a vague sense of, I'm not going to say it's familiar because you don't remember it. But you feel hungry.
Yeah, turn. Let's go to the galley.
Just for a moment as you're passing through, kind of thing. It goes away the moment you start getting up to the upper deck. Unless you turn around before then you can start heading to the galley.
As soon as the hunger touches, I am stopping and then turning back around.
Yeah, so
and going towards the food place, the galley.
As soon as you step back into the bedrooms, the hunger goes away again.
All right. There's a mischief afoot. So, walk towards where the hunger starts.
Yeah, and you can start to feel it.
Right. And where's that? That's just like a certain point.
All right, make me a perception check at this point.
Oh, 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah, so you can feel it kind of pulling you to your left, like up into the top corner of the room. There's some small crates there by the looks of it. It feels like the source is that way.
Cool. Oh, there's got to be food up there. Start walking across there. Let's see what. Leo, I think there's some food in these crates. Let's have a look.
Hells yeah.
All right, so you're gonna.
Qualic will be fine with this.
Yep. So these are the crates I was talking about.
Ooh. Let me zoom in. Oh yeah, like I see these crates there.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, yes, I'm walking over. What's in
No problem. So as you approach, the hunger increases the closer you get.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same? I wouldn't know because I forgot.
You wouldn't know.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm really hungry. I'm really, really hungry.
Mm-hmm. Right. So
What's in the box?
as you get to this point and reach to open the lid of one of the boxes, this fractured, slithering, twisting, bending, there but not quite there tendril shoots out towards you. Roll initiative with disadvantage as you're surprised. Leo, you can too.
Oh shit.
With disadvantage?
Yep. For being surprised. But I need to come back. Sorry, one sec. I'll re-add you guys. Leo's in.
I
21.
just get an I just get normal.
Yep, no problem. Jesus.
That is a 7.
Right, no problem. So, Leo, you're not going to be able to see the creature because it's inside the box. But you see, as he opens, you can see a flash of that. You know, the much smaller version, but of the tendrily kind of stuff that was whipping out of that big ass thing that erupted out of the portal back on Earth. It appears a piece of it may have stowed away. What did you get for initiative, Flower Child?
7.
7. Adding you to the combat tracker, making that a 7. Leo, you're up first. So you see this happening.
So I'm recognizing it from the previous encounter and recognizing it as something dangerous. I want to do. He's opening a lid, right? Presumably the lid can be closed. I'm gonna basically like try to jump onto the lid and like push it down.
Cool. Make me an athletics check.
Not my strong suit, but let's see how we go. Yeah, 12 is as good as I'm gonna get, really.
And you happen to win that one. You slam the lid down, and the tendril isn't able to in that moment and get the jump on Flower Child. You managed to contain it for the moment. That will be your
say to Flower Child, help me hold this down.
Yep, no problem. Anything for a bonus action? It'll be your movement to get over here to the crate.
Yeah, so I would have used my movement. That would have been my action. For my bonus action, I'd like to. I guess I can use with my fast hands. I can use an item as my bonus action. So what I'll do there is I'll take some rope out and I'll start trying to tie some rope around it.
Cool.
To
No problem. Sleight of hand.
Yep. Yeah, you're 29.
All right, cool. Fuck. So that's going to set the DC for it to try and bust out of the box.
Yep.
I mean, at least it busts the rope. I mean, it might get through it through sheer force of breaking the material, but getting through your restraining is going to take something like that. All right, cool. Well, it will be its turn. Before we move on, do you say anything else to anyone else on your turn?
Well, it's 6 seconds, so I probably wouldn't have much more time to say more than just
cool.
help me keep this box closed.
Yeah. No problem. All right, let's see if this thing... Oh, no, I didn't write it to do that. That's fucking lame. So I've given this thing partial etherealness, right? So, like... It's hard to hit. It doesn't let it pass through objects, though. God damn it.
All right, just pick up that box and hoik it into the astral. Let's see.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's still going to attempt to bust out. It's going to do so using its strength. No, I think it's just going to straight up start attacking the box. And the only way it can do, like, So it works a little bit differently than the big boy. So all it can really do is start like gnawing at the box with its fucking. Like, if you get a chance to see like one of these things up close, sort of the inner mass of it has like just countless amounts of jaws with gnashing teeth. So it's trying to like bite it, chew its way out of the box essentially. I think about that hits wood AC. And it does a little bit of damage. So you can see that it's starting to chew a hole through the side of the box, but that's about all it manages to do at this point in time. And it's starting to try and climb its way through the box, but it's not actually getting out. But it's now exposed coming out the side of this box. And Flower Child, it is your turn.
I'm grabbing the box and I'm open the door, Leo. Open the door, quick. The hatch, not the hatch, the door, the hatch thing, whatever. What do we call it? That one, the hole in the floor. Open the hole in the floor.
Can we say we're setting up for a combo?
I'm grabbing Leo by the tail.
Yes, you. Oh my God. Yes, you can. So, Flower Child, if you want to grab the box and hold your turn for Leo's next turn, which is immediately after you anyway, unless you're going to call out for your friends and have them roll in, and you can then combo and with both your turns.
I'm shouting for Leo to open the hatch.
Yeah.
So like I'm not shouting. I'm shouting quite loud. Leo, open the hatch, and like do a combo. So we lift up the box, and then I am going to hold my action to see what Leo's going to do.
Yeah, cool. That's all right. So you're holding to combo with Leo, and I will say that pretty much anyone that's awake right now will have heard that little bit of commotion. Whether you interpret it as trouble or not, I don't know, but
if I may, I'd like to go and investigate because I'm up. I'm dictating to my scribe.
Well, then roll initiative.
Maybe we briefly cut to Qualek's private room, and by now he's like dripping with sweat, stripped down to his underpants. He's got like some type of magical device playing music in the background. Maybe there's some of his eye powder lying around on a desk somewhere, and he's like feverishly poring through books and looking through like looking glasses and divination fucking crystal globes and shit, so he has no idea what's going on. He is deep into what he's doing with his Bastion thing.
Cool. What's the combo, Leo?
I open the hatch and
Yeah, so you guys can simply spend both of your turns opening the hatch and getting up top with the box. With, I'll say, an action remaining at the top each, because it's only an item interact. Well, you can open a door freely once around, and I'd let you do it as an item action otherwise. So for Leo, for you, that'll be a bonus. So you'll both have an action when you get back to the top deck. You've got the crate, the box with the creature in it with you. So I'll move you both back up there now. And move the creature up with you as well. So yeah, what do you want to do once you get up there?
I'm just gonna hoof it off the back, I'm thinking.
I'd like to help with that.
Yeah.
Cool, no problem. I'll have each of you roll. Well, I mean, athletics for Flower Child, obviously, but Leo, do you have something else you would prefer to roll that you can make sense for it to work?
I mean, I could always do that. It's acrobatics for me, but I always feel weird about that.
Yeah, fair.
I'm going to do athletics, that's fine.
Nice.
What I want to do is give the box to Leo. I grab Leo by the tail. I swing him around the top of my head like this.
No.
Like a Fraggle Rock.
Exactly. No way at all. No way at all. Leo, we don't want to do this.
I should have just left you to get mauled by your creature.
Right. So yeah, you guys both work together without anyone grabbing anyone by the spine, and hurl this box straight off the back of the ship so far that it does indeed pop back out of pop out the side of the gravitational plane, the air bubble around the ship, and start just sort of floating aimlessly amongst the astral. You're in the astral now, aren't you, Sven? You transitioned, yes?
Yeah, we're in the astral sea.
Yeah, so it starts sort of floating through the astral scene. You can see it all like tendrils and jaws and mouths trying to like catch up with you. But the further away it gets, the less hungry you feel, Flower Child, and you can see it just sort of like floating off into the distance as you guys move away. That problem is dealt with. It is no longer stowed away aboard your ship. It is floating through the astral sea.
So do I recognize it aside from it looking like the creature we fought before? Do we have any insight or knowledge into what it might be?
I mean,
Would it be common in the Forgotten Realms? Leo's not going to be the smartest kid, but like
roll me a, because you grew up in a monastery, yes?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Roll me a religion check.
Okay, cool. 11.
With that, nothing specific. I mean, all cultures have tales of some kind of, like existence-ending creature or entity or being. It might have a vague resemblance to something like that, but only in the sense that it seemed to come out of, the depths of nowhere and start deleting things. And that's from what you observed. So, like, it's not really much of a stretch to come to that conclusion. But otherwise, yeah, you're not really. You know that there were stories in the books that you were supposed to study.
No. Did not read those.
No, you might have seen a picture of something that looked kind of like one of these. Oh, man, I really wish I'd paid attention to that book. But, nah, yeah. Sadly.
Flower Child, do you recognize that?
The hungry thing?
Yeah.
No, not really. No, never seen it before in my life.
This internally, Leo's registering that like there's definitely some sort of connection between whatever that creature is and Flower Child.
Yeah. Oh no, like, do we see any? So it's floating around. Has anything started?
Long gone now.
But I was just wondering, is this like big, like predators in this space? That we just see like this massive? Because I know the dreadnoughts are out. One of the dreadnoughts are out there somewhere.
There are definitely things out here, and this is maybe a good time for it. So, and since you're asking, roll me both perception and a D4.
Perception is that's an 8.
Okay, you might not spot it.
I see nothing.
That's 12 with your modifier.
That's 15 altogether.
If I may as well, Mr. Hillman, Qualak is currently in the process of using his observatory to gain the benefits of that. So if there is a something within the astral sea, maybe he has a chance of spotting it. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll me whatever that check would be for you.
I can see like Qualak, like sort of, he's got Credence Clearwater Survival playing on his Magic CD player.
That's 100% canon. There's a band called Credence Clearwater Survival. They're probably from the Rock of Brawl, I would say. Yeah, and they play space themes. Yeah,
like looking through his telescopes and shit. He's having the time of his life. All right,
it is actually rumored on Brawl that the singer, who goes by the name of John Flogerty, may in fact originally be from Earth and have changed his name since he was there, but only a little bit.
All right.
But it's kind of strange because no one ever sees him out during the day.
Does anyone look at him in the mirror?
A goth.
Who knows?
All right. Do you want a perception check or something from Qualak?
What does your observatory normally have you roll, if anything?
The observatory allows me to peer into the far corners of wild space and the astral plane. After spending a long rest, I gain a magical charm. If I use the empower for my bastion, it allows me to gain a charm that I can give to someone else. So it doesn't actually get me to roll anything. It basically it gets me to roll a chance dice just to see if I get that charm if I use the empower ability. But that's
Because
just
I feel like
reflex.
it's a magical, form of long distance observation.
Mm-hmm.
Perception would be fine, but you can also roll Arcana if you want.
I can't go with Arcana.
I know, because the Arcana is stupidly high.
All right. Let's roll that. Rolling another
I
football
kind of
dice.
see why you wouldn't.
Would I be allowed to use a point of heroic inspiration to re-roll that to roll?
Didn't you
Hey.
use it?
No, he hasn't used it yet. And sorry, I meant to say you all did earn one.
Okay,
My
all right.
bad. I should have said that at the start of the fucking episode.
Sweet. So unclicking that, and let's roll again because I don't like the outcome of that roll, and that's not much better. So 16 total. Shit.
16. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So look. What you are gonna see is
He's too high.
look, it's a fair way off in the distance, and by a fair way off, I mean like you could pull the ship up now and you wouldn't, or turn a little bit and you'll completely miss this. But what you can see is a pack of what are they called? I think it's Kindori. Yeah, Kindori. So basically massive, gargantuan space whales. And they're schooled up with some scavers, which you're quite familiar with. They often roam in packs. The scavers are some like space sharks, and they'll eat the little, parasites and stuff off of the whales, much like fish might do in the oceans. But approaching them, and they haven't noticed it yet, you catch a glint of radiant scales. You probably haven't encountered one of these creatures before, but I think you have definitely heard tales of dragons that are born within the heart of stars, and they hunt in the astral and in wild space, and they are very territorial.
All right, so I imagine maybe Qualex peering through some type of crystal, ball that's attached to all of these copper wires and shit, not unlike his spell jamming hell, which feed into the roof of his sort of dormitory room or whatever. And he blinks as he sees the Kandori, and maybe he moves it around a little bit, seeing it from another perspective, and he sees something, maybe just the shadow of something passing through those silver clouds, whatever, however you would describe it, just these massive vortexes of silver glowing energy that comprise the astral plane. So I guess we got a choice here. Do we want to engage, or do we want to maneuver and bypass this thing? We've spotted it, but what do you guys want to do? Because
attack the dragon.
I do want to give you one thing before you make any decisions. Flower Child, you do see off the back with that perception just roughly where you think that box might still be floating, the faintest glint of light, as if a star may have just flared, and then nothing.
Leo, we need to get all the rest of the boxes because there could be more stuff in there. Let's throw all the boxes over.
I think it's definitely worth investigating the boxes.
Let's go. Quick.
Let's decide if we do throw them or not based on what we find.
You'll hear Captain Goodman pipe up. You'll hear Deckhand Goodman pipe up because you're up on the top deck, right? And he's up there scrubbing at the moment. He'll be like, don't you think you should answer the captain? And keep scrubbing.
Leo's the captain now.
Yeah, let's deal with the boxes later. Let's go speak to Qualic first.
All right, I'm go. roll? What do I roll for that? Ooh, I'm gonna do a wisdom roll, I think. Just straight wisdom. Alright, let's do this.
I think in the meantime, I did want to give everyone like the option, like above the table, to see if we want to do another encounter. But I'm just thinking, like from Qualek's perspective, he is a naturally inquisitive person, and he hasn't had the opportunity, like you said, to see one of these dragons before. So he might be actually interested in getting a little bit of a closer look, but instead of just going straight in and getting into what could be, you know, a pretty deadly encounter, I think, wait, hold on, let me do something here real quick. Give me one moment.
So, hear me out.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I'm listening. I am listening.
You said there was a school of Kindori, the space whales, for all intents and purposes.
Roughly 5 of them, and a cluster of various sized scavers as well.
They're quite large.
They're roughly the size of your ship.
Yeah, I was
If not
wondering
bigger.
if there would be any possibility, perhaps, because I was thinking there's 5, it might not be possible. I was thinking maybe there was more than that, but like if it's possible for Qualek maybe to maneuver the ship to within the school, so we're sort of surrounded by these space whales for all intents and purposes. Is that something that you think would be possible, so that we wouldn't necessarily be immediately singled out as a target, so that he can observe what happens before he makes a choice?
I would say it's definitely possible. I would say that, you know, it might be a little bit risky. Some of those scabbers look kind of sizable, not as big as the whales, but some of them are a little bit big, and you know, the bigger ones can be more aggressive, but they're not known to necessarily go after spelljammers, and it's more about, they'd be trying to pick crew off the top deck. The bigger ones might go away, but the little ones, you know, but they're not always aggressive, like I said. So if you're careful in your approach and don't startle them or the whales, you'll probably be okay.
All right.
So it's definitely something you can attempt. This would be some kind of spelljamming piloting check to do so.
All right. Before Qualek does that, though, he will quickly chuck his clothes back on, and he might like go and inform the rest of the crew like what is happening and what he plans to do.
We have to throw all the boxes out.
Wait.
We have to throw all the boxes out.
We were just attacked by a creature that seemed to be connected to the one from Earth.
Are you saying that there was a stowaway on board?
That seems to be the case, yes.
I thought I thoroughly checked everything before we departed.
Look, you got a number of boxes. We have to get rid of them.
Don't
just
throw
them over.
anything else overboard. Did you at least salvage what was in that box before you threw it overboard? It could be our rations.
Yeah,
We did not,
I
Captain.
did. Yeah, I did. Yep, definitely. Yep.
Good.
We did not.
And Qualek just shakes his head and sighs. We will take stock of what we lost, but if it was our rations, we're going to be on half rations once we arrive within the next wild space system, and that means that you could be eating 1 square meal a day, and that will be on you. And he points towards you, Flower Child. So don't come complaining to me if you're hungry. And that's when he steps in the bird shit.
Oops.
What the
Oh,
fuck
I
is
love
this?
that. That's so good.
That's Doc Orville's got a familiar.
I knew this was a mistake. Fly just with your tiny servants. Anyway, this is a problem that we're going to solve another time. We have a bit of a situation on our hands, and I need everybody to remain below deck for the time being. We're going to be approaching a pod of Kindori space whales. For those of you who are unaware of what a Kandori is, but I believe there could be a greater threat lurking in the distance. We're going to get closer, but there's also scavers within the pod. Now these things are essentially like sharks, if you're familiar with what that is. They won't attack the Spelljammer itself, but if anyone is above deck as we approach the pod, you could be at risk of being picked off the deck by one of these creatures. So for the time being, I need you all to remain below. And for those people who
are we
interested,
are we already approaching them?
I think we are about to approach now. And
Leo sprints away to sort of warn Goodman to get back inside.
Mark,
Yep.
are
No
there
problem.
the scabbers they're called? These
Scabbers.
sharky things?
Yeah, with a V. Scavo with a V is in scavenger.
Are they beasts?
Let me have a look for you. They are monstrosities.
Cool.
And the Kandori are celestials. That's cool. It's a celestial space whales. I love it.
Cool.
Yeah, very groovy.
all right, so Qualak is going to try and maneuver Sweet Melody to try and pull up in a sort of perpendicular trajectory, and then slowly ease in without startling any of the Kandori.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
So
will
Arcana?
put you on. I'll move you a little bit. Yep. Arcana's what you do for Spelljammers,
All
I
right.
believe. So I'm gonna just
Come on,
reveal the pack there. So roll me a check. And then also, Leo, you can make your way up to the top deck, and of course, fucking Goodman is scrubbing away.
Oh, Freya. God damn it.
Inside now, deckhand.
What's
The
up?
way he says deckhead, it sounds like dickhead. But it's,
Get on there, dickhead. Oh, you fucking idiot. Get in there.
And he just immediately he's like, "Yes, sir." Grabs his stuff, rushes downstairs, and finds somewhere to stay out of the way and be useful if needed.
God, he's a good
One
man.
thing I'll say about his reactions is that he doesn't seem to be phased by any of this. Like, there's not a moment of under his breath muttering or seeming like he, feels like he's above this, the kind of work he's being asked to do, or that he's upset by you being his superior officer in the crew. Like, there's nothing like that at all. He's just straight to task at hand, following orders perfectly.
You wait till he has to clean the toilet. I, if you would allow it, would like to not let this one be up to chance and use one of my portent die. Now, I did roll this when I did a long rest. I got probably the shittiest rolls you can get, almost. I got a 10 and a 13. But I think if I use the 13 with an Arcana check, that does put me at 26, which is probably going to be pretty good.
Yep. Right, what I'll give you is that as you're maneuvering into place, you can see that the creature is coming from, we're just going to use normal compass directions for the sake of ease, that the predator is approaching from the west. So you can position yourself with a roll like that anywhere amongst that pack of Kandorian scavers you like. Bearing in mind that if you get too close to the big scavers, it might get their attention.
All right, so would you think if I sort of put us... the big scavers are there, so I wouldn't be able to get past them without causing any issues.
I mean, you can go past them. It's just if you settle too close to one of them, it might start sniffing around in a minute,
If we were right in the middle of the pod.
Yeah, that should be okay. The bigger one might come and have a look at you in a turn or two kind of deal if things kick off, but depends on what's going on around it as well.
Can you, just for the people at home, would you be able to share the artwork for one of those Kandori? Is that something?
Yeah,
you can do? Share that
absolutely.
with me?
This is a gorgeous picture. There we go.
Because I want
That's the
to. Yeah.
Oh yes.
I love
Look
that.
at that.
I want
Right.
people to be able to see that at home and like picture
Yeah.
the Spelljammer, which is like, it's made of like dark, almost oak-like wood and copper and silver and these huge iridescent wings that stretch out from the back, and it sort of banks gently to one side as we pull into like right in between the pod, just settling. And if you would look at any of the viewing ports, you can just see these gargantuan whale-like creatures with these glowing eyes just along either side of where the head would be, and they're almost like just swimming through the astral sea as they go along. So it's a pretty impressive sight.
It really, really is. So with that, you cruise your way into position. Everyone's below deck. Now, I assume you have like portholes and stuff so people can see. So I will say, if you end up in a fight, guys, you can cast spells through the portholes. Like, if you can see your target, you can cast through. So long as it's like, if you have to launch a projectile, you kind of like open the window and shoot it out and close it again. That kind of deal. Being that you're in the astral, that's safe to do because you can breathe. Now with that, Quillet, you settle the ship into position, and you can see in the distance where you saw the glint earlier, it's something slowly getting closer. It's as if it's being cautious on its approach, not wanting to startle its prey.
There. Do you see?
The creature gets to within, provided none of you guys do anything about it, the creature gets to within about 220. We're going to use feet as the measurement because that's, yes, we're in space, but whatever. It gets about 220 feet on the outside of the pod, about 260 feet from the vessel, as you see it come into full view.
Yes. I'm so fucking happy right now.
Serpentine body, brilliant, shining, radiant scales. This is nothing other than a fully grown adult solar dragon.
Yes.
It is hungry, and it seems to be approaching as quietly, I guess, or as stealthily as it can. This pack of spacefaring whale-like creatures.
Would you allow Quilek to do one of his knowledge checks to try and glean more information from this creature as he's observing it and watching what it does, and maybe even peering beyond the veil?
I also would like a stealth check to represent how well you're hidden as being a different creature to what's normally in one of these packs.
All right.
The way you've positioned yourself and all of that.
All right. I'll play your game. Fucking stealth check. Is this like something maybe someone could assist with, like the stealth? Maybe like,
Absolutely.
I think if we maneuver over here, that'll.
Absolutely, yes.
Aye, Captain. Do you want me to roll a stealth check?
Yeah. How do you want to handle that? Do you want him to roll it and I get advantage if he succeeds, or?
I think you're the one maneuvering, so you're going to have to be the one making the check. So yeah, like, Leo, just roll a straight stealth check for me, and if you beat the DC I have in mind, you'll give advantage to Quilek.
Yep, cool. That's going to be a 25.
25.
No, yeah, no problem.
All
You
right.
definitely have advantage on this roll, Quilek.
Sweet. I love it.
Leo's like, he's real good at picking good spots to hide, right? So he's helping make sure you get the angles right so that you're the best covered from view from the incoming creature.
Yeah, Quilek's trying to
This isn't too
concentrate.
different. This isn't too different from like being in Waterdeep and like navigating between different bodies.
Yes.
Love
it. Maneuvering a spaceship in a pod of space whales. It's exactly like
Yes,
being
right.
in a busy marketplace.
It's basically the same thing.
I really want to go
Love it.
punch a shark.
All right, so I rolled a 17. Shithouse rolls tonight. So yeah, 17 on that stealth check.
You notice the dragon slows its approach. It flicks up and a little higher in its positioning, down a bit and around, and you can see it's looking past that close while it has seen you.
Okay.
Now, with that, you see it then stop, not moving at all, just watching, waiting, considering what to do.
So,
Oh, and you were going to make a Quark, you were going to make a search action thingy. Check it out with your bonus, right?
A knowledge check, yeah, of some sort.
Knowledge check,
like
yeah.
if
So,
allow it, yeah.
I would say nature or history.
Nature or history. Let's have a look. Which one's better for me? +5 or +9.
Sorry, Sevs, were you going to say something?
yeah. So Qualix just turned around and told us there's an enemy, and then did he mention it's a dragon, or he?
He probably would, yeah. He'd mention like what he thinks it is. And with his natural 20, he knows exactly what the fuck it is.
Oh, yeah, all right. So,
For a 29.
adult solar dragon. With this nature or history?
That was history.
All right, so yeah, you've definitely read about these things. So let me give you the lowdown. So a solar dragon, also known as a radiant dragon or a sun dragon, is born in the heart of a star. It divides its time outside its lair between patrolling its territory and hunting for food. It appears to be doing the latter right now. The dragon has a serpentine body, a pair of ventral limbs ending in long fins, nebulous wings that give off light, and gleaming multicolored scales. They can see clearly even in intensely bright light. They're fond of treasure, just as all dragons are, but in the airless void of wild space, they value food even more. They typically feed on Kandori and Scavers, so you know that this is typical prey for them. They might mistake a distant spelljamming ship for possible prey and come within range of the vessel's weapons before realizing its error and veering away. A wise or experienced captain won't take the dragon's approach as a sign of hostility. Solar dragons that are fired upon have been known to batter the offending ship to flinders. So incredibly dangerous. They're territorial carnivores, but they don't like dealing with humans. From what you know, they tend to find humanoids, not humans specifically, so humanoids violent and tiresome. So they only really come after you if you're trespassing or like messing with them, or if they have eggs nearby or something like that. I think so. This one looks of a size that it's definitely fully mature, but it also looks kind of quite hungry. Like maybe it's not had a good feed in a while, and that's why it's ventured so far out into the astral. Now, as far as what its capabilities are, they have on average a couple of hundred hit points, an armor class of 17. They are quite strong and quite resilient, but their social stats aren't as high as some other dragons. They're sneaky and they can see real well. They're immune to any form of radiant damage, and they cannot be blinded. They have a flyby ability, so they can fly past, hit you, and keep flying without provoking attacks of opportunity. They are considered legendary creatures, having equivalent abilities such as resistances and actions. The actions are a tail attack and a damaging burst of light. A blinding burst of light. It can bite, it can attack with its tail, and it has a photonic breath that is, rather than it being a beam or a cone or anything, it's a 30-foot radius sphere sent on a point within a range that will then explode in radiant light. And that's pretty much what you're going to get from one of those things. And I'll also give you just above the table, challenge rating is 14.
See, 14.
Easy.
Qualex says all of that, and so the last thing you hear him say, yeah, I think the challenge rating is approximately 14.
Get out of this fucking table talk. God damn it.
Hey, so I've got an idea. Let's not fight that. It's probably gonna eat us.
It's immune to everything you can fucking throw at it.
Like, can we have a chat with it? We could your dog. We can talk to the animal that you have.
Yes, I actually think that might be a good idea. Well done.
Alright.
Flower Child.
Let's go outside. Let's go outside.
Good job, Flower Child.
This denizen of the astral plane might have information that might be useful for us. And perhaps we could barter with it, offer to help secure it some food in exchange for whatever it is. These creatures are well known for their habit of hoarding wealth, not unlike any normal dragon you might be familiar with.
I was just going to ask to get the box back that Leo threw over.
Tell you what, though, if no one else speaks Draconic, my familiar might be able to translate it.
Well, I do know tongues, the spell, so that is a possibility for communication. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that will allow me to communicate or reach out metaphysically or through psychic means. So I'm
shout.
not Qual, Mark. Do you think that's a possibility? Just shouting from the side of the ship?
Entirely possible.
All right. It is.
So ordinarily,
I know a guy. That dragon's name. I know him. Bob. I know that guy.
I know that guy.
You're trying to be loud. Roll me 2d6.
Who? Me?
No, whoever's shouting at the dragon.
Oh, that'll be Qualek. He's on just said he has tongues.
Shit. Fuck. Okay.
Do we want to go with the Doc Hover plan first? The sending a dragon to speak to a dragon.
The only reason I hesitate to do that, these creatures are known to be quite territorial. If it sees another form of a dragon within its territory, it could react with hostility. Now, I do also know that these beasts, they're not too fond of mankind, of
Humanoids.
Humanoids, yeah, that's just the word I was looking for. Thank you, God. They're not too fond of humanoids, so there's a good possibility it might not be in any mood to parley with us, but it is at least it's worth. Who knows what could come of it? So I guess I will give it a try.
Doc Hovel's new familiar might speak dragon though. Get the seagull, Doc Oval. Get the seagull out.
We're going to have to talk about our policy in regards to pets on board the ship.
Leo, you have to go. So leave the ship.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
Qualek will leave the cockpit, or whatever we want to call it, and head out. And imagine maybe we see the hatch pop open on top of the Spelljammer, and you see Qualek's head poke out and like look around and just see these massive space whales. And
One of the smaller sort of like swims by and it like looks at you for a moment but keeps going.
He will be staying wary of the scavers as well, knowing that they could potentially pose a threat. Maybe he'll ask the rest of the crew to maybe come up with him just to keep an eye out, to let him know if one of these things is going to or starts making its way towards the ship. He could dart back down.
Definitely I want to get up there. I want to punch on these sharks.
Please.
What would I even say?
Start with your name.
Right. Yeah.
Tell it your tail's your spine.
Qualek sort of rights himself on the deck, and he sort of maybe puts up a hand to block out some of the light so he can see the solar dragon in the distance, just to sort of, because I imagine like all this shit's quite overwhelming. It's like staring into the sun essentially. And he's like, hold there, Brent, we mean you no harm, he calls out.
Before we
Dragon.
move, before we move on, have you seen that meme where they go, Ezekiel, fuck you, Ezekiel? They just shout it from each side of the fucking thing.
Fuck you,
That is
Tony.
what I got in my head.
Hey, fuck you. That's what he shouts.
Yeah.
Really?
No. He's
Yeah,
like,
because. All right. So the dragon just floats there again for a moment. Its eyes burning with radiant solar light. Sort of tilts its head to the side. Friend may be a stretch. Food may be more appropriate. And it starts slowly moving towards you.
What to say, Karlak? Did you make a good first impression?
I think the dragon is potentially more interested in satiating its more baser instincts. Qualek will call out. Actually, I have to look at how tongues actually works. I'm just assuming that he can talk and they can talk back. It grants me the ability. Grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken or signed language that it hears or sees. Moreover, when the target communicates by speaking or signing, any creature that knows at least one language can understand. Okay, so we can communicate back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're speaking common or whatever you would otherwise speak. It's speaking draconic, but you understand each other.
And Qualak will call out and they'll be like, I'm afraid we would only make for a rather unsatisfying meal.
I suppose the last time I ate one of those, it was a bit hangy. He's still moving closer as he says this.
Qualak turns towards Leo and he says, hey, the dragon says you're tangy.
What the fuck?
This, with you shouting and the dragon approaching and talking back to you, the whales are a bit slow, so they're starting to react by turning away from the dragon and starting to move ever so slowly away from them. They can probably move faster than this, but they're not 100% sure how much of a threat it is yet, right? Because, like, they're going to start sort of slowly moving this way. The sharks, however, I'm just going to have them all do a little bit of a whip around. They start flicking around with a little bit more frenzy, aware that there's another predator now in the area. Yeah.
Ask them about Vecna.
Yeah, so Qualek sees the tension starting to build a little bit and he calls out to the dragon and he's like, I need you to understand we have no intention of encroaching on whatever you view as your territory. We are merely passing by, but we thought we would take a moment to pay you the proper respect as we traverse through what is clearly your domain.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Alright, what do I have in persuasion?
Because you're taking questions, ask the solar dragon or sun dragon, whatever it is, if we could ride on his back. I think that'd be really
That'd be really cool.
That would be really cool.
That'd be super cool.
That would be.
Would you ride on the head or would you ride like in the middle?
Oh, in the middle, like surf him.
I believe with a natural 2 on the roll, the only place where we might be riding is within the creature's gullets.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think you might be right. As the dragon fixes you with a stern gaze, as the rest of its prey seems to be moving to leave,
Shit.
it growls. You spoiled my hunt. Roll initiative.
Hold the seagull up like this.
It's a
I have a
chicken.
seagull.
It's a space chicken.
Space chicken.
Yuck.
I don't know about the rest of the crew, but that might be where we will have to call it for tonight. I don't know how you guys feel. It is 11 o'clock our time, so...
Yeah, I think that's a good time.
I've got a bloody course tomorrow, so I'm in the city tomorrow. So.
Nice.
Not the city,
Yep, the city.
in the big city.
Big smoke. Shit, we're gonna fight the dragon. Holy shit.
I think Are
you
next
sure you
episode...
don't want to roll initiative at the start of next game? You know,
Did you roll?
No, we have rolled. I called it. The music has changed. The combat is about to begin. And it will be Flower Child up first. Unless Arturia or Gem or any of our other players return and roll in higher. With that, folks, thank you very much. Thank you very much to Fruit Bowl Dice and to Tabletop Audio. Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you to Sven for running the production, and thank you to all of you for watching. We will see you next week with the thrilling conclusion to this chapter of Vecna, Eve of Ruin.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. May all of your 20s be dirty. We'll see you next week.
Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Stay safe.
Good night. Right, you did say we could breathe outside there, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.